We open on an aerial shot of a Lev train humming across a desert dotted with massive, flowering cacti, the size of redwood trees. Inside the train, shackled to seats and wearing crinkly white jumpsuits, are Eliza, Adea, and Rev. From there, we flash back to shots of the plan. Ruinera landing in a stolen VTOL transport ship, turning you all in. The group of you organizing the getaway drop, calling Eliza's old friend. Then we cut to the train slowing to a stop when it curls around a tall cement wall. You're all ushered out alongside a few other prisoners to be processed. Guards mutter disappointed things about you just in earshot. One of them remarks, "Funny time for you to get here," but doesn't explain further. You're driven down the tiers of the quarry and through the checkpoints. You spot some Gestalt hangars on the second tier, into the ugly, blocky prison. The heat bakes itself into you, and you feel sweaty and sluggish. The warden, a tall, sharp-nosed woman in her late 40s, explains to you the rules before you're shut in your cells. Some time passes. Everything's going according to plan so far. But right as you're about to execute that plan, the camera cuts away, and we see two Gestalts. One of them a jet plane of sorts, sleek red and black. The other a graceful six-armed machine flying with anti-grav and boosters, rushing across the desert towards the prison. And I'll plop them down here, just for visual reference. This is your risky position.
Dang.
But before we do that, we should do some flashbacks to, I believe specifically we were going to start with the Stev scene.
Yes. Steve Wheelo, Reliable Warrior.
You're breaking up a little again. I think. I gotta scroll all the way down here. Yeah, I will give it a minute. I mean, do you want to try talking?
Try talking.
Okay, you sound fine.
So Steve Wheelo, a reluctant warrior, a man who has grown weary of battle, and now takes up a quiet life overseeing a high-security prison. He gets a call from the daughter of an old friend. She convinces him to help them out with a project. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, and you rolled all right? You got a 6, I think.
I rolled a 6.
Yeah, you rolled a 6. Yeah, so Stev is delighted to hear from you. I think, like, he does. Again, the news broadly hasn't gone out about you guys betraying Labarum, so his initial reaction is, "Eliza, haven't heard from you in a while," and like is expecting to just be chatty, but then I assume oh. How? Okay. I think the call must be... I think Maldivident has the technology to encrypt this call.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you're fine. You rolled a 6, so there's no consequences I can inflict here.
I mean, she also made sure that the call would be encrypted.
Yeah.
So basically it's like, yeah, so we have a contact within the prison that we need to get out of there. And We need someone on the inside.
Oh boy. You're asking a lot, Eliza.
Yeah, I realize that, but current situation we find ourselves in is asking a lot of us. So listen. All we need is someone to help us move around a bit. You know, we won't trace any of this back to you.
He, like, rubs his temples on the other side of the split screen and, says, at least tell me this. Who are you breaking out?
You might not like the answer.
Just... I gotta know. I can't rightly do this without at least knowing what I'm causing to happen.
Fair enough. There's he can hear an audible creak of the chair Liz is sitting on as she slouches back. She takes a deep breath and she's Sean von Amberlow.
He whistles.
Yeah.
Alright, Aren't you the ones who brought him in to begin with? Seems a little counterintuitive.
Trust me. If you had asked me about a few months ago if I'd do anything for some Labarum toady, I probably would have smashed a beer bottle over your head. But circumstances where we find ourselves in, seems like he'll be key in untangling a lot of it. He's no good to us if he's sitting away in a cell right now.
Oh, Christ. Well... Your dad's probably chuckling at me wherever he is right now. Wasn't expecting the favor I owed him to come back around with something like this. But... yeah, I'll help you. Just promise me you're not doing this for Horaeth.
Not on your life.
Good. And then I assume you, like, let him in on the plan and stuff. Like, more on the specifics of, like, you're coming in here to get arrested.
Yep, rada.
Yeah, so he organizes some kind of, like, way to meet with y'all. By the way, I'm imagining Stev, as I was playing him, I started picturing him as David Harbour, so that's who's playing him.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that.
She's not gonna say anything, but she's gonna nod towards the others who might be around to say that's like, yeah, we got our in.
Dea like gives a wink and a finger gun. Good shit, Eliza.
And then, was there any other things you want to do before we cut forward to y'all being in prison? Do you want to do a thing with Ruinera, Eric, or are we going to save that mostly to be off-screen for now?
I think so. Ruinera's definitely going to go over what he's doing with Rev.
Yeah.
They are Like he's being completely upfront about everything. So I want to say that this is in the briefing room, and Ruinera is just standing in front of the table, very proper like in the way that he normally does when he's giving information to Rev. And he opens with Captain Scafander. There is, just to give a window into what I left behind, a slight onus for me to join the ranks of the aggressors that we labored against on our return from Kilios. The two agents, they have allegedly, well, from their own mouths, in fact, had an eye on me and my career. There's a very advantageous position to be had in me feigning loyalty. Perhaps as an edge to pursue this interest they have. Are you following?
I mean, sure. One's got to wonder if your positions have been at all compromised since that one agent made it out alive.
He nods slowly. That is a valid concern, yes. And one, if you approve of my line of thinking, I feel equipped to deal with. Either way, my old superior, an individual named Laurent Vesper, I believe that his identity could be of use to us while you are in the prison. His credentials, the information he has at his disposal, things of that nature. And that information, I think, is something that I could get.
I think that's good thinking. What are you just planning on slinking off?
So he goes over and basically sits down, shuffles up a bunch of papers, straightens them up on the table, lays them out in front of Rev, and just starts to show the whole plan on how like he's planning to convey that this whole delivery of the Devil's Indentured is something he's had in the works for a while, and it's facilitating the usage of a vehicle that hasn't been available to him up until recently, and he'll be separating from Idea, Eliza, and Rev like as that vehicle becomes available. At which point he's going to move to Laurent, get the information, and then communicate it. So essentially, the plan is to trick the Labarm government into this being a long con.
Okay. Well, Ruinera, I've no doubt you've built up quite the reputation for yourself as someone who's got a bit of a death grip, and I mean that as a compliment.
Wait, you mean Death Wish?
No, death grip, like
Okay.
like doesn't let go of the
All
thing
right.
that he's trying to accomplish.
He definitely laughs.
But Rev looks at the camera and says, I guess Death Wish also is applicable given everything that's happened. Which is just to say that I think that's a believable cover story.
I think something swells a little bit in Ruinera's little cold heart when like you don't even really give any tell of concern that this might be a triple cross against the Devil's Indentured. And he nods and says, Thank you for your feedback.
You know, Ruinera, I think if things had gone a little bit differently in history, I'd be some kind of bank robber, and you'd be the guy at the safe house on the other end of the radio.
Perhaps
Looking
we
forward to that AU.
perhaps we have a shared past in cooking. He reorganizes the papers, puts them in his briefcase.
Thank you.
We will speak again when the time comes. And he leaves.
God, I fucking love every Rev and Ruinera scene.
Yeah, they're pretty darn good.
They're kind of the best.
Yeah. I think this AU is just like Lupin the Third, kind of.
Uh-huh.
Wait, are they just Jigen and Lupin?
Yes. Yes.
That's great. Cool.
Which would make Eliza Fujiko Mine, which is where things fall apart.
That,
It
yeah,
absolutely falls apart there. She is not Fujiko at all.
that's true. Good point.
I'm gonna put my first clock on the screen, which is break shown out of prison.
Only 8 steps. We got this. We got this.
Well,
guy.
The prison is this.
Yeah, we got
This
it.
is gonna be like
you still have to get out once you're out of prison.
this is gonna be a thing where like a 4-step clock to like scale a wall is like 2 ticks on the break shown out of prison clock. But maybe not.
It's a clock made of smaller clocks.
Always has been.
Can you-
I think something went wrong with your microphone. Wyatt.
Ah,
Wyatt? Wyatt, are you there?
Wow.
Hey, yo, Wyatt.
I can't believe Wyatt's dad.
Alright, muted himself.
Hey, Robert.
What's up?
Even on a diet.
test. 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 Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
What
I
up?
fucking hate my computer. Alright. I'm gonna do this.
I can't believe that Wyatt is
Oh,
crackling horribly.
Sorry.
It's
I could not do it any other way. Am I good now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ugh. I don't even remember what was happening. Oh yeah, I made a clock.
Yes.
Clook.
Alright, so if no one has any ideas of how I take it the first step of the plan is to have the meeting with Stev.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright. So once you're probably like, it's probably a smart thing to lay low for a day or two and just pretend to be prisoners. So, you good with that happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so the first, like, again, we just see some shots of what prison life is like very briefly. The show probably wouldn't spend too much time on that, since this isn't gonna be a whole vast long arc with friends and enemies inside the prison and suddenly we're playing a prison game. No. And
Unless. No.
unless you want to, I guess. But yeah, that happens until eventually Stev comes up with some excuse for like, maybe the three of you get put on some kind of cleaning duty or something, and Stev is the one supervising you, so you can all talk kind of surreptitiously while looking like there's nothing up. This is probably like, you're cleaning up the showers, because that's kind of gross. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, I think this is true. So once you all like get there and there's been a little bit of time, Stev looks at the camera and says, "All right, we should be good now. I snuck in and put this baby on loop. So we have about half an hour privacy. The first thing I should let y'all know is Shon's a real big fish, which means he's in the extra important people part of the prison, which has the most security, unfortunately."
I'm kind of surprised we're not in the.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll pretend not to be offended.
He laughs and says, "This whole prison is for prisoners of a certain amount of import, but none of y'all are Haraeth nobility."
Adea just muses and looks like longingly upwards.
Rev stuffily opens a water bottle that was hidden somewhere, I don't know where, and starts drinking it.
Liz just slowly side eyes Adea. Anyway,
It's a joke, Liz. All right, so you talk to your buddy on the phone. How about it's my turn now?
I think Stev like gives you an appraising look.
You say he's in this important cell at the tippity top of the highest tower in the castle.
Pretty much.
So that means that we should probably take a look at the layout first, get a bunch of the floor plans, start devising a route up, and then probably also a route down. Hate to be the kind of thing where we are winging it after we've got the gold.
Yeah, Stev like pulls out, he says, "I came prepared for that," and pulls out a rolled up like map of the prison and plunks it down on the table. I don't have a map of the prison.
Hell yeah.
I don't care. But
Nah,
basically there's like the regular cells that are like, you know, all right as far as cells go. They're not like, it's not like a Scandinavian prison or anything, but it's not like a panopticon style prison. It's more like a weird dorm room where like it's like the shittiest, smallest dorms, and there are locks on the outside of the doors. So it's like, and you there are like cameras in there, but
yeah. So Adea's just gonna roll study to figure out a good way to go about this. Can I do that?
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, you start in a risky position, so this is a risky roll. This is risky. I guess this will be a setup action. So just risky.
Do we get to mark load?
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Y'all should mark load.
Oh, right. Good call.
Which is, would I guess be... Stev could have helped you smuggle some stuff in. That seems like it makes sense to me.
All right, so yeah, I'll just roll study from a risky position. Even if it's a setup action?
Yeah, setup actions still can
Right.
incur consequences. You could do a thing to raise it to a controlled position. I don't know what that would be. You could
I
ask
could
for assistance.
make
You
it
could.
limited.
You have some gear that would.
Not really. Because this is just examining a floor plan, isn't it?
Yeah, the risk is it's just inherently a risky thing to do to plan breaking out of a prison.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna roll the 2d6.
Okay. Hey, that's a 6.
All we roll, baby.
All you roll is 6s and you will never die. So yeah, I think I mean, let's collaborate on this. What's a fun way that you think you guys could break Shone out of prison? Is there like a weak point that you notice somewhere? Is it something in the guard rotation? Is it are you gonna smuggle him a key and a cake or something?
So I think it would be cool if there was a blind spot in the guard rotation that has access to Shone's tower, but only one person can like conceivably take advantage of it, which we would make Rev. And while he's in that blind spot, he's setting up Python's outside windows that Rev and Eliza, or that Eliza and Ade are going to use to scale up the outside.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that's a cool plan.
I should be clear. I wasn't imagining Shone being in an actual tower, but now I like him being in an actual tower.
Oh gosh, I'm loving this.
If whoever gets up there,
save the prince from the tower.
I was gonna say, if whoever gets up there doesn't say like, "Come to your rescue, princess," I'm gonna be really disappointed.
It's got to be Rev too. You already said it.
Yeah, it's true.
You've ruined it. All right, great. So
I think I think what it is just to add some extra challenge here is the guards. Generally, he has 2 guards, and the guards come and go in ones. So like someone would stay. There's like a buffer period. So one person stays, and then one person leaves, and then the next person comes, and then the other person leaves, and then the next person comes. So there's a period where there's only one guard, and so if you either snuck ahead of that first guard, or took that guard out, or something, then it's
no one
then
would
you
see
only
you.
have to deal with one person.
Mm-hmm. I like that. All right, so Ade turns around after appraising the floor plan and says, "All right, this is going to be easier than sneaking into the pantry overnight." She claps her hands together. Not saying I do that often, Rev.
Hey, I'm not gonna judge. I've broken into a fair share of pantries in my time.
You get to be the point man, and Eliza and I are going to be doing some rappelling. These cameras aren't going to see this part of the tower because, of course, why would they have to? And if you can get some Pythons on that side and we can get around to the base, we can climb up while you replace one of the guards in the rotation and meet us up there.
All right. Can do, I think.
Any questions, comments, concerns?
What are y'all gonna do once you get the prince out? says Stev.
Improvise.
I imagine the sooner we get the 5 of us into our gestalts after breaking shown
Wait.
out, the better.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5 counting shown.
Wait. Stev Stev raises his eyebrows and says, "Hey, I'm not coming with you."
Right, it's the 4 of us. It's wait,
There's 3 of you.
right? Runer did not come. Excuse me. It's hard to keep track of. Anyways, four people.
Yeah, we can't trace this back to Stev. By the way, Stev.
Yeah.
She looks at him. How good's your acting?
Took a class in high school like 40 years ago. Well, not quite that long, but
She kind of like slants her lips a little bit. Can you act like you've been knocked out?
he tilts his head. You could tie me up.
Or you could just for realsies knock him out.
Please
No,
don't do
thanks.
that. I don't want brain damage.
All right. Well, we need to make it look like we're not cooperating. So,
He takes a deep breath.
Wait a minute. We're cleaning the showers. Atea just like goes over to the cart. I'll just make some chloroform.
That
Liz
doesn't
is
sound
completely-
safe.
Liz is completely unsurprised that Adea knows how to make chloroform.
They were
What is your actual plan here?
we're making him pass out. Chloroform doesn't give you brain damage. I don't think.
As long as you don't mix bleach and ammonia, we should be good.
He scratches his head and says, "All right, if you think that's the best way to do it."
Just find a comfortable place to sit. Here it is. She just starts mixing things into a rag.
We can also say that, like, hidden in the janitorial cart is a bunch of your gear.
Great, yeah, perfect. I think this whole time probably Adea's just been putting shit on. I'm marking medium.
All right. What's the other? What are the other two marking?
I'm also
I'm gonna mark light.
I
You
can't,
move around.
I can't justify marking medium, but I hate marking light, so I'm
Uh-huh.
marking medium.
All right.
What do I need to be sneaky for? I have fine optical camo.
That's true. You do have fine optical camo.
Hmm.
All right. Do you want to give me? I guess making chloroform is an engineer role.
Oh. I guess it is, huh?
I love that the first example for what engineer is you might develop a non-contagious strain of the flu.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
So I've got 0 dice, and I'm not accepting any help nor pushing myself.
Oh god.
Fox, die!
I might. Yeah. What's the position in effect?
I don't know enough about make a chloroform to know the ways in which this can go bad, but my gut says that this is at the very least risky, if not desperate.
I think Adea's at the cart, and she looks over at Liz and says, "I think you should make the chloroform." There's a lot of chemicals with long names over here, and I thought it was like 4 of these things, but now I'm just not sure. And I really don't want to hurt your friend. So I'm just going to go
Appreciate
over
that,
here.
Steph says.
I'm going to go over here and clean the faucet. Good luck, Eliza.
Okay. Just impromptu chemistry set. All right.
I'm not rolling 0 dice to potentially kill your buddy.
What do I roll to bounce the graviton particle beam off the main deflector dish?
That sounds like engineering.
That's how we do things, lab. We're making shit up as we wish. All right. So
This is risky standard. You want Devil's Bargain?
No. Not yet. What would I do to push it up to? What would I do?
You could probably mark some kind of gear that would do it.
Push it up to. I guess what's controlled.
Yeah.
What do I have that I can mark?
You have your engineer's tools.
You know what? That's one of the things I'll mark. Sure.
Well, those will probably come in handy again, honestly.
Yeah. So I'm gonna mark engineer's tools. That's one of my 3 light load. Gonna try to bump it up to controlled standard.
Oh my god. I forgot that you have fine propaganda. How come you've never used your fine propaganda, Robert? I'm just joking, but I would love to see you use it at some point because it's very funny.
Because I haven't had a in-character reason to.
Yeah, I know. Alright, this is now controlled standard.
2d6?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll 2d6.
I really hope you don't fail this. Alright.
It's a partial success.
Tick this clock twice.
So can I bump it down to risky? And try
No.
again?
No, not if you
You can only
succeed.
do that when you fail.
Oh, you can only do it if you fail. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
So you make the chloroform. I'm gonna say that the consequence here is that it really knocks Stev out.
And we can't rely on him for basically
Yeah.
the rest of the mission.
Which is unfortunate because I like Stev, but that just feels right to me.
All right, so she prepares it and she approaches Stev with it. She doesn't use it yet, but it's like, all right, well, our window to act is closing real quickly.
Yep.
You
Ugh.
might not.
Hope
You
this
might
thing won't give me weird dreams.
not. Hard to say. You might not see from me or hear from me in a while, if at all.
Yeah, good
At least
luck
for the next
here.
8 hours.
She looks back over her shoulder, leaning down, kind of in a sort of crouch. Because I'm assuming he's going to want to sit down for this.
Yeah.
And not collapse.
He says, I got one request.
Yeah?
Can you put, like, a roll of paper towel under my head or something so I'm not lying on this gross floor?
Sure. She looks at the chloroform, holding it away so that she doesn't inhale any of it. Stev,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this once.
He just looks you in the eyes.
What really happened with my father back then?
Ooh, big question you're asking me there.
The crunch of chips that Adea's eating in the background that she got from the cleaning cart.
He scratches the back of his head, and says, "This is supposed to still be classified and all, but I guess I'm already helping you break a whole shit ton of laws.
Don't
So,
don't tell me if it'll compromise you any more than this is already.
nah, it's fine." He waves it off. Oh boy. I mean, he tells you the story. He's like, we got word that Haraeth was planning something real weird. Some, like, I don't even fucking know, some thaumaturge shit. And, well, your father and your mother weren't on the best of terms at the time, but she was helping work on it, which means we had a way in. So we were sent on a targeted strike to stop them from doing whatever they were doing. And we fought our way in. We got this, like, it's up north. It's one of those islands that rich guy, 50 whatever, owns it. Still works there. Same place is still standing. They must have, like, closed it off or something. Anyway, we fought our way in, and when we got to the lab where your mother worked, we stood guard, fought off the local troops as your dad went in, and, well, I don't know, because about 10 minutes after he went in, the whole thing got covered in this weird this weird dome that would, like, glowed all funny and moved and looked like you could see faces in it sometimes. So I mean, they died, right? It's like some kind of bomb, but a bomb that sticks around, like a frozen explosion. I don't fucking know. But that was mission complete. They did stop it, so we mourned them both, but got out of there, and I haven't heard shit about that night since. We're never supposed to. We got, like, spooks in black suits coming around to us, telling us never to talk about it. Not that we really even knew what happened, but...
Okay. Thanks for this.
Yeah.
There's a moment where she just up and hugs Stev.
He's, like, very startled. He does that thing where, like, when you're hugged and you're not expecting it, he, like, freezes up, but then he hugs you back and gives you a little pat. It's kind of an awkward hug, but...
And sweet dreams.
He salutes and smiles, like a lopsided smile, and then chloroform pushes to his face and he flops over.
Alright. Despite the fact that he wanted a pillow to rest on, she's not gonna give him one because that would make it look sus. Like, who puts a pillow underneath someone that you knock out?
That's fair, I guess.
She stands up after the deed is done. Is like, all right, go time. From here, point of no return.
Well, wait. What about the paper towel?
forget the paper towel. We need to go.
All right, hold on just 1 second. Rev lifts Stev's head, sprays under it a few times, wipes it down, and then sets his head down.
She rolls her eyes and is like, but she's not gonna say anything. And it's like, all right. She grabs her stuff out of the smuggled kit of supplies on the janitorial cart. Loads her tranq pistol, checks it over, pulls back the slide, and starts moving.
Excellent. All right. So from the bathroom, y'all you're just going. This probably needs like a group.
All right, I am taking expertise. I was planning on it, but then I was like, sounds like we're like splitting off. But yeah, okay, cool. Group action prowl. No matter how many failed rolls we have, I only suffer 1 stress at most.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So I take it Rev's leading.
Yes.
Alright, your dice. Let's go. Hell yeah!
Okay. This is so. By the way, this is risky. Limited because you can only get like the main. If this feels only like 1 take, you're getting to the location, but you still have a lot of shit to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So my fine optical camo, does that increase position or effect? Like how would that affect the group action? Or like my role in the group action. It's like an extra dice or something?
No, I guess I don't know how much it helps here because you also have to because neither of them have optical camo, right? Like,
that's
it probably
fair.
lets you sneak ahead a little bit and like keep an eye out, but this place is also. I think that alone is like what helps you even do this to begin with, you know? Because this place is very well guarded and secure.
Okay. So 2d6. All right.
Yeah, that's a
cool.
6. Nice.
Rev doing what he's good at.
Robert, you wanna give a 2d6, take the lowest.
Okay. Please let them both be 6s.
No, Rev take 1 stress.
Awesome.
Yeah, you get to. You're able to sneak through this place and get to the base of the tower where Shone is. Or I guess sneak Adea and Eliza outside. I think you notice it at like probably I don't think you'd be cleaning the bathroom at night, but like late in the day as the sun's going down, so like the quarry is starting to be bathed in shadow, so you could do some sneaky sneak.
Sure, and like Rev clearly has done this before. He's like peeking around corners, checking for cameras, that sort of thing. Pressing F to mark guards when they walk by, and then answering the pagers. Sorry. But yeah, he's has a kind of professionalism about sneaking everyone through.
Yeah, and so like I think you probably have to go up several sets of stairs because the base of the tower would be. This is like a big square cement building that has that has towers sticking out of some of the corners, or like a. Yeah, no, that works for me. Like, maybe it has a bunch of towers, actually. That's kind of fun. Like, each of these towers is for a VIP prisoner. So you go to the right one, and it's like... you split up at this point, right? Adea and Eliza go outside, or like you sneak them outside.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's probably like a window you can slip them through. That makes sense.
Hmm.
So yeah, the stairs up to here are like guarded by an actual cell situation, like a there are bars in the way, and there's like a security checkpoint with like a guard sitting there, just probably reading a magazine. You see, I think, like, if you wait for a little bit, you see the guard coming off rotation, like, come down. He and the guard, like, who's sitting there manning the checkpoint, exchange some brief pleasantries.
This is for me, right? Not for them,
Yeah.
because they're okay. Okay. The plan is just for Rev to like slip into the guard rotation somehow, right?
Yeah, would be now is when you would go.
Oh wait, right, yeah, no, because
Yeah, it's when he's alone.
oh, like up to the tower.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, sorry, I misunderstood. I got confused by like the thing with like the pythons, and I was like, "Oh, am I just leaving them around for the other two to climb up?" But yeah, okay, all right, cool. All right, anyways, yeah, Rev's gonna take this opportunity to whip out his light climbing gear, and together with that and his optical camo, is gonna try and prowl up the tower, I suppose.
Okay. Oh, wait, are you going up the outside? You can do that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm like having a hard time like visualizing everything.
No, so the thing is, the reason why I would assume you would go up the inside is that, well, there's probably like windows, they're probably extremely reinforced. So if you went up the inside, you might be able to like break them open easier. But it's just two different kinds of challenges, right?
Right. We're I don't mean to be drawing. Shit. Whatever. We're here-ish, right?
Yeah, you're
Maybe.
in the you would be in one of the corners, because I assume the towers are along the outside.
Okay. And I've snuck Liz and Adea outside, and Rev is inside.
Yes.
Okay. And Sean is in like a tower, like in the corner.
Yeah, we'll say bottom left because you drew
Bottom
there.
left. Okay, cool. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I'm just gonna scale said tower.
On the outside.
Sorry, I am a very visual person, so I'm struggling a little bit.
No, you're good.
No. So I'm going to try and slip inside the tower actually instead, and go in
Okay.
from within.
All right.
Okay.
So there's a barred. The entryway is barred with a guard checkpoint. That's like, he's manning the door. It's like
Okay.
it's like a barred doorway with a door that would swing open and close. That's attached to a button that she would push.
Okay. And is this what like the guard was exchanging like pleasantries thing?
Yeah.
Was?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing you saw, like waiting, like doing the video game character thing of like pressed up against the wall, glancing around the corner, is the thing I just described. A guard came down the stairs, said hello to the one sitting behind the checkpoint. She hit the button, the door swung open, he went out, she hit the button again, the door swung shut.
Oh, okay. So
And
can
presumably
I...
the next one will be coming along in like a matter of minutes.
Okay, got it. Yes. So it's just going to be Rev's going to wait for the next person to breach the checkpoint. At which point he's going to try and slip through. How what would the position and effect on
You're
trying
just
to slip
using
through?
your camo to like sneak in.
Sure. Yeah.
This is desperate limited. I'll say
Okay.
the things that make it desperate limited are A, the close proximity to people. Like your camo's good, but even optical camo, when someone's close to it, you can kind of notice that the air is shimmering weird. Second thing is the lights. The lights are very bright, which again will make it particularly noticeable that something's going on. Also, like the sound of your feet moving. So there are things you can do to push these up in whatever directions you want. But out of the gate, it's desperate limited.
This is like according to plan, right? Like we all agreed for Rev. All right, I'm sorry. It's like there's a lot of like moving parts. I'm having trouble keep track of everything.
Prison breaks are hard.
Yes. Can I actually instead?
Also, if you want your friends here to help with this initial thing, they're in Schrodinger's space right now, so they could be here to help before you sneak them outside, because they could slip through the window right here or something.
Right. It's okay. No, I just kind of needed
I know. I'm
to.
just saying, like, teamwork could definitely help push this up to make it a higher chance of not going very badly.
I think, can I just do an MGS and setup action finesse, throw a rock at like a wall to get her to like turn and look? Perhaps
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Sure. This would be. This would just be risky standard.
Okay. I want to spend a spark to make that a 6.
Okay.
Because I apparently just have a. Yep. Cool.
Yeah. So you're doing. You're doing like the ultimate save scum hitman distract the guard thing of like, okay, I have literally 10 seconds. I have to time this perfectly.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, like once she's like let the guard through and is about to press the button, like right at that moment is when like the rock needs to hit the wall and distract her. Okay.
Yeah, she looks away and her finger doesn't immediately press it because she's distracted, and then you just go.
Yes.
Like sneak running.
Yes, Rev just slips right in.
Okay, so this is this now desperate standard or risky limited?
Let's do
that Daredevil die.
You know what? Yes.
All right.
We're doing a Daredevil die, so
desperate
that's
standard. Mark 1 experience and prowess.
Okay.
Do you want a Devil's Bargain?
Sure. What would that be?
Devil's Bargain is that people find Stev quicker than you all were expecting. So like an alarm starts going off.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. That puts things into perspective. No, I won't take that quite yet.
Okay.
So 46. And I'm gonna resist this with Shadow. So it'll be a risky consequence, I guess.
Wait. Oh yeah, I see. Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, yeah, so this absolutely works. You just rush past, and the consequence isn't from what happens here, actually. The consequence is the thing I've been waiting, finally, for you to get a partial success so I could do it, is as you dart past and start going up the stairs, like sneaking behind this guard, there's a cutaway to the Gestalts I mentioned in the intro landing. They probably just ping the security and are like, hey, it's us, and like literally just land right down in the center next to the prison. Oh, actually, no, this is perfect. We don't need to. We cut away to Eliza and Adea, like waiting kind of nervously down by the base of the tower, and the sky, like the sunset sky, lights up with a pair of twin boosters as two Gestalts land a short distance away. And
Itea has, like, while we're outside, she's been continually taking out her pack of cigarettes, taking a cigarette out, realizing it's going to give off smoke, and frustratedly putting it away. This happens, and she looks at she looks at Eliza a little questioningly. What the hell do you think that's about?
Shit. Crap. I was gonna roll something here, but I realized I have no points in it, so...
What were you gonna roll?
I was gonna roll a study roll, but I don't have actually study.
Right, yeah.
I do, and I made you roll engineer earlier.
Yeah. So just to give you more things to study, we'll say this is in visual distance. You're at the ankle where you can see this happening. You see both of them lower to the ground, and the hatch is open, and two people hop out. The first person looks like this. Boop. The second looks like
Danger zone!
And this is Rinko Kikuchi playing Statica Rust and Dev Patel playing Mahogany Blues, two of Labarum's most ace pilots. These are the dudes who are on all the propaganda. These are the, like, we got Statica Rust posing for, like, Labarum wants you posters, etc.
Do we see them from here?
Yeah, and I think you don't even need to do a study roll to like recognize their gestalts, because both the Neon Angel and the Virtual Insanity are extremely famous. And so they both hop out, and Statica is bringing with her handcuffed Intrava von Theophrastus, who is very disgruntled looking.
Do we recognize Entrava?
Probably, yeah.
Double fuck us.
Where are our gestalts?
Wait, did I say Theophrastus? I'm sorry. Intrava von Hannes. Whenever I think of Theophrastus, is the gravity of that name for Horaeus to me is so strong that whenever I talk about any noble, I'm like, ah yes, Theophrastus. No, Intrava von Hannes. What did you say, Eric?
Where are our gestalts?
Um, I don't know. You could flashback to say that they were somewhere. The thing I thought the plan was for them to be dropped off by like the side of the road, basically, in the desert, so you can get to them and use them to help you escape. But if you want them to have been smuggled in, that could be a stress-spending flashback.
Um, hmm. I'm just gonna roll study
Okay.
to plot out like exactly the windows it looks like Rev's gonna be sticking the pythons out of, so that we can get the hell out of Dodge, move up this tower, get this first part done.
So I actually had a question about that,
What's
which
up?
is that
Actually, I have another question.
uh,
What did the setup action earlier do?
which one?
The one of making the plan.
It let you create the plan. And potentially, like, will help you in terms of, like, it set up you being able to do what you're doing right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
So
if you had failed, I would have made the situation harder to deal with, you know?
so yeah, I'm trying to get up the tower. Trying to look
Yeah,
good.
my question about that was this.
Okay.
What is... Once Rev has subdued both of the guards and, like, rescues Shone and climbs out, what does he need you up there for?
Um. So I think what Adea and Eliza are doing is we're not just going up there. We're not just climbing the tower. We are creating like a pulley system to get us all to the ground floor really quickly without having to get past the cameras.
Okay. What I was going to say is you can absolutely, that could be the thing. But if you want to let, if Rev lets you in from a lower, like, window, you could climb up and help him with the guards, or with that
Yeah,
one guard
that's
anyway.
why I'm trying to get up, because Adea can't engineer for shit.
Right.
Right. So
Okay,
I'm studying.
well, okay, yeah, give me the study roll. This is, Is this just a fortune roll? Do I be nice? I think the thing is it's still standing outside. Like,
No,
being
yeah, we're.
two prisoners standing outside is still an inherently risky thing.
I agree.
This is risky standard. Oh
Go
yeah.
gadget.
Make a plot
2d6.
here.
It's that
Oh
simple.
my.
6. There we go.
That simple. Easy.
Real quick. So, the desperate consequence here is not only these folks arriving, but I think the camera follows them. They're like, they're bantering with each other, a little bit, but Statica is her heart's not entirely in it. She seems distracted by something, and as like the warden comes out to meet them, and they're talking, Statica says, "Hey, you guys mentioned that you just got some new prisoners in, right?" And the warden is like, "Yes." But is it true that it's the Devil's Indentured? And it's like, "Yeah, yes, unfortunately, it seems that they may have been traitors this whole time, ma'am. I know it's quite, it's a terrible thing." And she says, it doesn't make any sense to me. Can I go talk to them? This whole thing just feels weird." And she's like, "Yes, certainly, right away, ma'am." and starts leading Statica to your cells, which are empty.
Good.
So
I
I'm
am-
gonna call this clock discovered.
Can I roll a channel roll?
To do what?
I want to sorry.
You're good.
There we go. I want to roll a channel roll to Statica.
Okay.
And basically impart a vision of a secluded spot that we passed by. And well, not communicate through words, but through just basically
Through images.
a simple notion that Liz would like to speak with Statica.
Okay, what? Interesting.
Like the way I understand thaumaturgy and psychic powers in this thing is that unless you're developed psychic, you can't
Ooh,
senses,
you're
but-
breaking up. You're breaking up. I'm sorry. Do you want to type it in the chat? Yeah. Okay.
I'm typing in the chat. I mean,
Yes. No, that's 100% the case.
so basically she's trying to impart the intent that she'd like to speak alone.
Interesting. Like outside?
In this spot that they passed by.
Okay. Cool.
I would also like to roll a prowl roll. First a channel roll, and then I'd like to roll a prowl roll because I want to approach the situation with the hand.
Sorry, you want to approach the situation with what?
With the upper hand.
Okay.
So I want to roll prowl roll so that when she gets there, Liz can be the one to engage her.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay, give me your channel roll, controlled. I think it's gotta be limited.
Control limited. Is there a way to bump that up to standard, I wonder?
You could push yourself, you could... I don't think
Let me
you
see
have
what
any
I have.
gear you could mark that would bring it
No.
up.
If I was a empath, hint hint.
Yeah. Oh, you can make it... I said controlled limited. You could make it risky standard.
You
You could trade
know
position
what?
for effect.
I'm gonna make it risky standard.
Okay.
So 3d6.
Yeah, if you got 3 in channel, then it's a 3d6. That's 6!
Oh, we roll. What does my study roll get?
It will boost your position or effect on like the climbing situation. You'd see a perfect spot to do the thing you want to do.
Perfect. Great. Nice. Thank you.
So yeah.
I also
As she's
I-
walking, yes, you also want to. I know. I'm gonna come back to your
Yep.
role. As
Yep.
she's walking, she suddenly stops, and she says, Sorry, I forgot something in the Neon Angel. I'll be right back. You can, Mahogany, you do your thing. She just like walks away looking kind of frazzled. Mahogany turns and like tilts his head and scratches it and says, "Well, all right then." And then turns back and smiles at Indrava and says, "Why don't we get you to your cell there, ma'am?" She just scowls at him. And so yeah, Statica briskly walks back out of the building and like looks around in confusion. Is this is probably happening synonymously with our boy Rev's plan. So why don't we jump back to Rev for the moment and just be having things happen simultaneously with each other. Rev,
Yes.
you are sneaking up this tower behind the guard. What do you do?
They wanted me to leave some pythons outside, or just open a window, I think.
Window works.
Right. Are you doing that? You probably pass a couple
Guards, right?
A couple, but no, there are no guard. That, like I said, it's just a stairway up. Like, it's probably a spiral stairway because it's not that big of a. It's not that wide of a tower. No, it's probably like sharp stairs going up to stairwells, and they're just kind of steep. And on the stairwells there are barred windows. Like with it like bars and then glass on the other side.
Okay. So it looks like I could just like pry one of them open and like let a day and Eliza in.
You'd have to do something about the bars.
Right. So I would. And they're waiting for me to let them in, right? Like that's like the whole point of them waiting outside.
The thing I'm still not sure about is whether you're letting them in after you subdue the guards or before.
If you want Dea's help, do it before.
If you think you can do them both by yourself, do it after.
Do I have an idea of how many guards are in this tower?
There's two. There's the one you're following, and then there's the one at the top.
Which means that you are engaging a small gang.
Okay.
Well, the thing is you are right behind this dude right now. You could take this guy out right now, and then go take out the other one, and do them both one-on-one.
Right. I'm definitely going to be doing some CQC here in a second.
Yes.
So to just like, let's say I just wanted to prowl and like choke him out.
Yeah.
What would that look like position and effect wise?
This person hasn't noticed you. You're invisible. This would be risky standard. You could do it in one. As long as you
Okay.
succeed.
What would a collateral dice look like?
Um. Hmm. Let's see. I'll tick the discovered clock a second time. That's a fourth time.
So it would just be 4 out of 6.
Yeah, it's just you losing time.
Um. So that would
Oh,
be
you know what? I'm gonna reduce it by uh by 1 anyway because Robert
kind of distracted them.
Statica.
Okay, I think getting it ticked twice is a affordable.
Only once.
Affordable. Okay.
That's the collateral. It's 1 tick for 1 die.
Oh, okay, that's
Being
all right.
nice
Lit.
to you here.
Yes, yes, you are, and I appreciate it. Cool. Okay, so that's going to be if I push myself, 2 dice. 1 from the collateral is 3. 1 from attacking from hiding is 4.
Oh yeah, you have ambush. Yeah.
Yes, and I think. I think it's just 4d6.
Okay, 46 is a lot.
It is. I want to see. Would performing a feat of athletics do anything helpful for me
Great
here?
effect might like give you some kind of advantage on the roll to take out the next guard,
Cool. Okay.
but you could also just save that for if you need it taking out the next guard.
Let's
on how the
go.
roll goes, right? It's a 6.
Yes.
Yeah, you just like Hitman choke out this guy, right?
Yes. Yes.
Just like
Yes.
leave him unconscious in the stairwell.
Um.
There isn't really anywhere to hide the body, unfortunately. You're not getting Silent Assassin on this mission.
No. I'm trying to decide if I just leave him or if I throw on his guard uniform and
That would
leave him.
that might. You know what? It'd be better than nothing. Like it would probably only give you like a half second extra time of
Sure, yeah.
expecting things, but I
Yeah.
feel like it would count for another ambush die. So
Cool. Then I'll do that. Rev leaves this poor sucker in his drawers, wearing his funny whatever cool.
His Superman underwear.
Yes. Rev climbs the stairs, and I think he's just gonna do the same thing. I think he's just gonna approach this officer and say, I think he's gonna walk up and say, geez, security measures around here are real tight, aren't they?
She turns to you like eyes wide and pulls out her gun.
And that's when we reflexes.
Yep.
To yeah, we're just gonna prowl and do some lovely CQC to knock her out.
Yeah, just karate chop the back of her neck.
Yeah, subtract 2 or 3 IQ. That wouldn't have been a setup action, would it have been? The putting on the uniform? No, because I didn't roll for it.
No, because like I said, it's just you're just putting it on and it's letting you do this. It's like you have ambush.
Okay, right. Okay, so I guess
if I
push myself, it's the same thing. 46.
Yeah, this is also risky standard. Oh, desperate standard. There's a camera.
What would a collateral die look like?
Intrava happened to notice you in the shadows as the three of them, noticed by you I mean Eliza and Adea, as the three of them were going in, and snitches.
Oh, what a bitch! And I was thinking about breaking her out too.
Well,
yeah.
you don't have to accept that collateral die, and then she doesn't do that.
That's true. That's fair. It's the whole Schrodinger's thing. I think we're okay with 4 here. Although I really, I'll just use Shadow maybe to resist whatever desperate consequence might happen if I don't get a 6 here. Oh, okay.
God.
So that's 2 6s. What does a crit do here?
Oh.
Do I like find her keyring?
Let's see. Oh, the crit here is this is perfect actually. Is she was smoking, which means she had already the bars have like a trick or something that like there's like a little thing that lowers them, and so she had lowered the bars and opened the window and was blowing smoke out the window, and so the window's already open. There's
perfect.
your crit.
Just before Rev knocks her out, I want him to say, that stuff's not good for your health, see?
And she's like, what? And then bonk.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I just gotta go to the washroom.
Awesome.
Smoking kills, says the action hero.
Yeah. Fucking Otacon.
The
Snake!
Dwelly action hero.
This whole like prison break mission, this is like a playground for Rev.
Colonel, I've reached Sean von Amberlow.
Peter, do you want to see me fucking like just pick up one of my Naruto campaign players by the head and smash his face into concrete?
Sure.
Look at this. Just look at this. I'm DMing it to you.
Okay.
Cyberjoie.
I am back.
I am Ishin.
I see. Sorry. I forgot I should be taking this clock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you crit, so it's full.
Nice.
So I don't know if like Adea needs to. I'm sorry for like. I guess you've rolled some study rolls, Eric. I was like, I'm sorry you haven't rolled anything, but you rolled a few.
Oh no, I got it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm about to roll a lot of things. Wyatt.
Damn.
So yeah, it's
Robert.
actually it's not difficult for you to like just set up the climbing gear to get you and Shone out. Do you like signal Adea that she doesn't have to come up?
What does it look like out of the window?
I imagine it's just like the walls, right?
You're coming through roll 20.
Oh, excuse me. I had to reopen because my fucking screen did the glitch thing. Anyways, yeah, I think how Rev signals this to Adea is Rev simply takes the guard's cigarette and like, which I'm assuming was like mostly like unsmoked.
Yeah.
And just drops it. Because what smoker is going to drop an unsmoked cigarette out a window? I think so what is Adea doing now? I don't want to step in your toes.
She's literally just plotting the path up, and I think the cigarette lands next to her, and she like fucking goes over to it and picks it up and says, "Oh, okay, great." And I would like to flash back
Okay.
to the Tainted Empire being
Okay.
smuggled in.
How did you do that?
So Ruinera is really good at tunneling.
Isn't his mech broken?
Yes.
Is he
Um,
piloting the Tainted Empire?
Remotely, he put it underneath the dunes between the Wall 1 and prison. It does have a
Okay,
remote
I'm
vehicle
gonna need to
control.
roll on that on top of the flashback to see how thoroughly this was done.
Okay. What kind of roll?
What would digging through the ground be? Destroy?
The guards last night just heard like or like way beneath the earth.
Oh no 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 no! Just muffled. Oh, no, 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 no.
Exactly.
Destroyer minute. What did? I feel like tunneling for Ruinera was usually destroy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
Okay, so destroy, which you have one dice in. One
but
die
it-
in.
but it's Ruinera doing it.
Oh, you're
and-
right.
Vehicle actions represent the pilot.
You're right. So
Sorry,
4d6.
Position and effect, please.
Desperate standard. This is extremely high
Ruinera is
severity.
going to push this
Yeah, fair.
for an extra dice.
Yeah.
What's the devil's bargain look like?
Oh wait, you're remote controlling it. It's limited. It's desperate limited, unfortunately.
What's the collateral die? Wyatt?
God. Oh god. The prison warden knows that you did this and is currently keeping it a secret because she's a deep cover agent that realized that this is a big enough thing to get her up in Haraeth's organization. Like, she can get out of here, she can stop doing this stupid job.
Yeah, I'm taking that. I'm gonna use the push to have fun making that character. I'm gonna
Alright.
put the push towards effect instead of a dice then, and it's 5d6 collateral
also
dice.
for making me think of this as now I have a way to get Entrava out of here.
Hell yeah. 5d6. PogChamp. Oh god, come on.
You hate to see it.
It's okay. It's alright.
Oh,
What's the
hold on.
consequence,
Let
what?
me add this in my notes.
Greedy.
Deep prison warden is a deep cover Wraith agent who wants to steal Orson. Love that. Alright, so it was a partial success. It was limited.
No, it was
So-
standard. I pushed it up.
Oh, you pushed it up? Okay. So it is where you wanted it to be. I think it caused a minor earthquake doing this that made people suspicious. And they are, currently... the area where it happened is currently being studied. So they've set up equipment and there are extra people in that area, so it's it'll be harder to get Orson.
Great. No, it'll be easy. I'm gonna mark a shotgun, and Adea's gonna go fight him.
Okay, wait, you're not on the right side of the wall yet.
Wait, no, it's supposed to be. Oh, we have to get. I thought we were
You'll
inside
still
the
have
wall.
to. You're in. I would have made it even harder if you wanted it to be under wall 1.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, no problem.
Orson is under the ground between wall 1 and wall 2 being studied.
Well, the ground's being studied, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The area is. I'm just writing that down. We might be able to get to that, but in case we don't, I'm writing that down for next time.
So that's the desperate consequence?
Yes.
Okay. So instead, what Adea is doing is, how much does that flashback cost?
I'll say 1 stress, because it was a difficult roll on top of that.
Great. What does the interior of Wall 1 look like from Adea's perspective? Because she's going to get going at this point.
It's a big cement wall. It's a prison wall. It's a big cement wall. There are guards walking around on it. There are some manned, there's some unmanned turrets. Wait. No, wait, our technology level isn't good enough for that. There's some manned turrets.
So I think instead what she does is she gets her wand out and she comes into Rev.
Okay. I'm going to tick discovered once because there's no way for you to hide a cell signal. Well, you could engineer to hide it, I guess.
Okay, all right. Instead of
cell
doing that,
signal.
could I just flash back to Adea telling Rev to get her a uniform?
Yes.
Great.
That's free. Rev can just give you the one that he's wearing.
Perfect.
Sure.
Okay.
Perfect.
Now, the other thing that occurs is Statica comes out, looks around. I've been imagining you two hiding in like a little door alcove or something. That's like partially hidden, so you're not just standing out in the open. And she starts walking over in that direction. And you wanted to roll to get the drop on her, Eliza?
Yeah. Not to assassinate her or
No.
anything, but like, basically be the one to talk to her rather than like, be the one approached. So 2d6.
Okay.
I have 0 in prowl. I'm just gonna take a flat 2d6.
Yeah, this is controlled standard because she's not gonna like kill you, but she might freak out.
She might freak out. And if I get discovered, it'll be awkward and funny.
Yeah. Whoa!
Wow.
Wow!
Take
That's
the lowest.
friends.
That's the first time I think I've ever seen a full success on a roll that someone has 0 dice in.
It's just that simple.
That's impressive. Actually, that's
that is
actually really
impressive.
impressive.
Yeah, that's like a I don't know, very low percent chance. Like 3% or something. I don't know. It's low. So you do. How do you do it? How do you get the drop on her? Because Adea is also here, right?
No. So here's the
Yeah,
thing.
this is a distance away.
Oh,
Here's the
you've
thing.
gone. Okay.
Here's the thing. I expressed this before. Is that there was a secluded spot on the
Right.
way to.
Well, I thought that was the spot that you were hiding in.
No.
Yeah, 3% chance of what you just did.
Okay. There was a secluded spot they passed by.
Yeah.
And having seen Statica, Liz was like, and kind of seeing that Statica was like very confused. Liz was like, well, maybe I can bring Statica around to our cause.
All right.
And so she kind of thought back to that spot and was like, and so, kind of quick thinking, she's like, okay, channel this to her, rendezvous with her if this works, wait for her to get there, and then turn the corner once she's there and greet her.
She jumps a little bit, and then, let me go briefly look at her tags. Yeah, okay. She smiles, and puts a hand on her hip, and says, excuse me while I go look up your last name.
Flint?
Flint. Eliza Flint. We finally meet. Weird place to do it.
Yeah, not how I expected this to happen. But you're Statica.
In the flesh.
There's kind of just like this very short huff of just,
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, here we are.
What are you
So,
up to?
Liz is gonna look over her shoulder towards the kind of like passage she came through, and then like lean up against the wall. Well, you're not gonna believe it if I tell you, but
Try me.
we're springing Shone out of prison.
Huh.
Even
You know, I
Liz,
believe it, but I wasn't expecting it.
even Liz seems like she's like, yeah, that's what we're doing. Trust me. We wouldn't be doing this if we didn't think it would help Labarum.
Now that's a curious train of thought.
Right? Listen. There's a lot going on behind the scenes than both you and I could have imagined.
I've always hated that kind of sneaking around.
Liz kind of remembers her sort of approach to getting in contact with Statica, and she's just like, right, well...
She smiles and says, "Not this kind. This kind's fun. I mean the schemes."
Well, from the beginning then. You might know that our squad, the Devil's Indentured, was put together somewhat recently. Pulled together.
Yeah, you guys rose up pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'd been
Right
meaning
before
to
the
get
fall.
in touch with you.
Well, I happened upon some papers because of a friend, and it seems like our organization, our squad was put together for twofold purpose. One, be an up and coming banner, much like yourself, a sort of standard to look up to. A sort of would-be, hero that people could aspire to, which is good. That's well and good. Honestly, I mean, I'm kind of coming to grips with some of that, but
Yeah, I know
here's
how
the
that feels.
Here's the other thing. They've been giving us not the most scrupulous of jobs.
I mean, that's war, honey.
Well, Liz kind of just like looks towards... What's the ground like here in this prison?
It's very dusty. It's a desert. So, and also the floor of a quarry, so it's like dusty rock.
All right, so she kind of looks at the rock quarry
Put
floor
Dusty
and
Rock on the name list.
she looks towards it like with a kind of very pensive look. You have a point. I admit, good part of my life had been spent trying to avoid just that war. But sort of things that Labarum or people within Labarum have gotten us into were targeted hits on certain individuals. Without
yeah,
our
that's how
knowing.
you take down something like Haraeth. They're all about big old leaders that people flock to. You topple the king, the chess game ends, and all that.
I understand that, but I don't know. Just experimental destructive devices targeting a bunch of people just to kill one person. There was an operation we were involved in that kind of sealed the deal for us, honestly. Some highly experimental weapon of mass destruction, almost...
Yeah, I saw it on TV.
Not just that. There's other things too. It was Port Lumen.
What? Wait, Port Lumen was a success. I don't recall anything bad happening there.
Liz thins her lips and looks like it's very hard for her to say, but I have confidence that Labarum wanted to take Port Lumen for themselves and do it cleanly. No witnesses. No complications.
She narrows her eyes and says, those are quite the allegations.
They had the means to do it too. An experimental super weapon that can ignore solid objects, can ignore technology. It breaks things down at the flesh.
If that were true, why we wouldn't even need Gestalts anymore? Why haven't they just used that? Why haven't they been equipping people like me with stuff like that? Not that I necessarily... don't get me wrong, it would feel gross to use, but it feels like a useful weapon if you're a general.
Can you punch this bitch in the face already?
What about civilian casualties?
She shakes her head and says, I just mean you could use it to fry a pilot in their Gestalt without even having to worry about the armor.
Well, the kind of weapon I'm talking about is on a much larger scale.
She, shakes her head and says, no, you don't... That's not what I mean. I mean, if it exists, why haven't we been equipped with it?
Liza's kind of just withdraws into sort of a pensive gaze, kind of like looking away. Probably because probably because they aren't ready to mass produce such things yet. That's my guess. But
So, what you're telling me is that Labaram's willing to kill civilians to win the war.
I wouldn't go so far to say all of Labarum, but there's definitely a less scrupulous element festering within it.
I think this would be a point where to try to convince her. I want to see how good your words do.
What would you like? A consort? A sway? Command?
I'm worried that, well, I guess this is the thing. I think a sway would be
I have 0 in sway.
sway would be controlled standard. A consort would be controlled limited.
Eliza and Adea keep doing things that the other one's way better at.
Consort, you're like less convincing, but she likes you more. Is the thing. Like, she's willing to listen to you more because you're coming off as at least meaning well, whereas Sway, like, she is more thoroughly convinced. So what you could do is you could roll consort and you could push yourself to bring it up to standard, or you could make it risky standard and like get caught or something. Like, something goes wrong if you get a partial success.
I'm gonna push myself. I'm gonna do consort. I'm gonna push myself for it.
All right.
I believe that's 2 stress.
Is there an ability you have that would help you here? Oh yeah, you okay? Speak softly. When you push yourself, speak with the weight of all you represent. If you push yourself, that'll raise it up to controlled great, actually.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. So pushing myself, 2 stress. She pushes off the wall, and there's a firmness in her expression as she turns towards towards Statica, and it's like, for the longest time, I've been trying to avoid this war. I've been keeping my head down. I've been trying to live a life of peace. But circumstances have prevented that. And now, Labarum has dragged me into this, whether I've wanted it or not. But if I'm going to fight this war, I want to fight it on my terms. I want to fight warriors. I want to fight soldiers. I don't want... I don't want... I don't want the image of people like you and me to be besmirched by underhanded tactics like these.
Right. Give me that roll.
2d6 control
Yeah,
great.
Controlled great.
Oh, 2d6.
Ah,
Oh.
there's 6.
Another 6.
She scratches the back of her neck and says, I'm with you, I am. I'm not, like I said, not big on the whole scheming around thing, doing shit like you said, like bombing a meeting, which is what it sounds like happened. I still don't, you're gonna have to, now's not the time, but I want to know more about that. What? How do you want me to help? Should I just keep my eye out for stuff? I'm just a pilot. I'm a good one, but I'm not good at doing whatever the hell you're doing.
Liz is just gonna crack a slanted grin, and turn as if she's about to leave. And then she looks at Static again, and it's like, well, actually, what do I want her to do in this situation?
Honestly, I was really hoping you would fail, and then we could set Statica up to be your rival.
Yeah, I mean that would have been a really cool thing too.
Because I partly introduced her here as someone who is like a hero, but a hero that is a lot less smart about it than Eliza is, like a hero who's bought into the whole situation, but you managed to convince her. You're making her think more deeply about the military-industrial complex, which is also an interesting story.
D&D's ending soon, so it's going to be a second, but
well, we're going to... Me and mine are going to grab our celebrity friend, make ourselves scarce, and, well, kind of disappear for a while. That said, I think things are only going to get messier. All right, I'm gonna be. Just hold on. I have to be hammy here. I have to be corny. I'm sorry. I have to be.
She'll like that.
But whatever comes out of this, can you promise me one thing, Statica?
Statica just fucking nods her head like an excited 3-year-old child.
She like folds her hands behind her head and smiles and says, "Probably."
Liz thinks back to a corny saying that her own father would say when she was a kid, and this was probably something that he said in front of the camera, with a big shit-eating grin. But you know, in the same way that Statica is bought into a lot of the propaganda regarding Labarum, Liz kind of also bought into some of the propaganda of her own father. So she's going to say, when it comes down to it, and things are looking messy, believe in your own justice. And
She cracks a smile and says, "Yeah, I think I can promise you that."
Liz is just gonna go. And she's
She
gonna
says,
go
"Hey,
quick.
wait.
Yeah.
If you guys get caught, we might have to fight you.
Well,
I don't want to kill you, but also we can't just. We gotta. This is also complicated all of a sudden. I'm just letting you know that I'll do my best to hold back. I don't want to kill you or any of your team."
Liz is gonna
But I
crack
hope-
a wry grin.
She says, "But I hope you can get out of here without, anyone noticing. I don't." Although, she does smile a little. It might be kind of fun.
I'll try not to be too excited. You are, after all, Statica, pilot of the Neon Angel.
And you're the son of...
The sun! The
Wait,
sun!
No, the sun. Shoot. You're the... Yeah, I was going to say you're... I got my words mixed up. And you're the daughter of...
Zenith Flint.
Yeah, Zenith,
Zenith
thank you.
motherfucking
I had the name
Flint.
up. That's the I was thinking, like, Zenith's a boy, so son. You're the daughter of Zenith Flint. I'd be honored to see what the Ziggy's got.
Yeah, Liz just silently smiles and just quickly makes her way back to helping with the Shone situation. I am making and this is going to be a friendship rivalry. I am making Staka my rival.
Great. You know what? That's more fun, honestly, than you two having a disagreement.
Like, not an enemy rival, but a friend rival. Basically, just something so that they can push against each other and help each other grow.
Love that. All right. Write down a belief about her on your sheet then. Okay, we're almost done. I did want to...
Okay.
Man. I was gonna switch over to Rev talking to Shone, but
I need another pilot.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, I did want Adea to at least have the chance of doing some violence if you want to go try to attack the gate, Eric, but if you want to stay out for next time and don't mind not getting as much EXP, that's fine.
606.
I know.
And I need the outfit.
Oh right, you need the outfit. You're right. All right.
So we need to talk to Shone.
So yeah, cutting the episode will end on Rev sticking the key in the lock. Shone von Amberlo. What's a funny thing to walk in on Shone von Amberlo doing?
Wait. Oh, okay.
What? What's up?
I don't know what Shone's doing, but the door gapes slightly, and Rev's kind of hiding behind it so that Shone can't see through. And then Rev says, "If I break you out of this tower, do I get a kiss on the cheek?"
I think this is the fan service shot. I think Shone von Amberlo is doing pull-ups shirtless. We get a shirtless shot of Chris Hemsworth.
Chisel, yes.
And it's absolutely Shone von Amberlo earlier was beardless Chris Hemsworth, but now we get bearded Chris Hemsworth because he's been in prison, and that works for me. And so he lowers himself from the pole and breaks into a wide grin and says, "Revly!"
Oh, it's
If
good
you
to see
get
you.
me out of here, I'll do whatever you want, my friend.
Aw, I bet you wish you still had the guest room above the boiler, don't you?
He is so chummy.
I think he laughs and says, "You know, it's funny. I'm not more surprised."
Well, I guess that's how these things go in the Devil's Intention. Here, and he tosses he tosses Shone the stealth cloak for more easily smuggling him out.
Oh wait, is it not? Wait, I thought your stealth thing was just your clothes could do that.
That is what it is, and for some reason, whenever I imagine it as an invisibility cloak because it's easier for my brain that way. But
I thought just you had like a Metal Gear Solid sneaking suit.
yeah, that's more like what it is.
It probably
anyways,
does have like a cowl. The thing is, I was thinking about this the other day, and there is actually, if you want this to have been an invisibility cloak this whole time, there's a character in the other session named Kian Descartes. Who has this gold foil cloak that he can wrap around himself, and it turns invisible.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that's a fabulous outfit.
Yeah, I thought you would like this guy.
Wow.
He's played by Oscar Isaac, by the way. He's very fun. I'm looking forward to playing him again in an hour.
That's cool as fuck.
So if you want that, I would not be against it.
It's okay.
It is tatterdemalion technology.
Maybe later. I won't complicate things now. That does sound cool. But, I believe Rev says, "Yeah, we broke all the way in here just to get you out. Your friend Idea is waiting down below for the two of us."
Oh, the whole team's here then.
That's right. You see, we just really missed you that much.
He smiles and how does he respond to that? I think, like, if I remember correctly, he wasn't fully in on the plan, but he did probably know that something was kind of up, right? With how much Adea was talking to Constant.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
In fact, I think so. So, like, just to give a little bit of flashbacking, Adea was probably like 7 or 8 times. Adea would have just been knocking on the door, bringing Constant over into the corner, like not even properly like isolating the two of them, and being like yada yada yada, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Just constantly side-eyeing at Shone and just giving a little like finger wave.
Mm-hmm. He's in the middle of pulling on his shirt, which I think is like a band shirt. He says, "Is Constant here too?"
Out of character, where is I know that he's not. I mean, they're not here, but like, where is Constant at the moment? Like,
I think Constant is waiting in the wings. If you need Constant to show up, maybe Constant could show up.
Oh, that's cool. Rev, like, furrows his brow and just kind of like looks around the room, and he says, "Not that I know of, but who knows with that fella."
Too bad, but well, I look forward to seeing them again. We should go. I assume we're probably on a limited time frame.
You got that right. Here, your guard had a bit of a smoking problem, so the window was quite easy to get open. Rev looks down.
You didn't kill her, did you? She was quite nice. I think she may have had a bit of a crush on me.
Well, nah, I didn't kill her, but Rev fishes around in his pocket.
He tilts his head.
And then pulls out a pen and a like pad of paper and then hands it to Sean.
He looks at it and laughs. Um, and
Never a bad time.
he thinks this is funny, so he does it. His phone number.
Cool. That is
Um,
really funny.
and
Get knocked out and yeah, okay.
as he's he walks over, he like puts it down, and he says, "Sorry, but I think I'll be needing this," and like undoes like her holster and like straps it around him. The belt's a little tight, but he loosens it slightly, and has a gun now.
Heck yeah.
And he says, "Well, all right. Never broken a prison before. This will be interesting."
It's a lot easier your 34th time. Believe me.
Rev, you scalawag.
Rev likes being called a scalawag, and I guess they now just descend.
Yeah, I think this
window?
is where we. I think this is where
Yes.
we. I was.
Awesome.
I was trying to remember if I was gonna have him say something else that we could, and but I don't think so. No, I don't think so. There was a thing in my head, but I think we moved past it.
Cool.
All right, yeah, that's a good place to end. To
Awesome.
clear, part of the reason why I'm playing Shown so friendly also is because I know that you guys are gonna be spending your drive clocks to make them betray their faction. So, him tonally speaking, him being happy to see you guys just makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's fair. And also, I mean, he is in maximum security,
Yes.
Labarro prison,
Yes, you
and
are also breaking out of prison.
and he knows that like we associate with the Dea, so like I'm sure not the least friendly face he could be seeing right now.
Absolutely not.
Cool.
All right, XP time.
What a successful breakout mission.
Yeah, you guys rolled quite well as usual.
Yes.
Execute a successful battles delivery or rescue operation. Not yet. You're halfway done there. Face off against challenges with your pay grade. Yes. Bolster your squad's reputation. Develop a new one. Yes. That's an advance.
So I almost want to say that I now have a cane to my Cecil, but I guess I'm the cane.
Yeah, you're the Kane. She's the Cecil.
Damn.
I was like, wait, there's both a Kane and a Cecil in wind chimes. I need to do something about that.
Dea, just a challenge with violence or coercion. No violence. Did you do a coercion?
Nope.
Squeeze something into a coercion? Are you sure?
I think that. I think I'm just getting Ruinera EXP today, which is fine.
Well, no, you'll get. You express your history treasure opening.
How?
I swear you did.
Dea said a few smart things to the janitor. She doesn't have a history with making plans. She just happened to, and Ruinera did everything else.
Does her background with Constant and Shown?
Yeah,
count?
I feel like the making plans thing is actually starting to become part of like who she is. Because of all
Hell
the
yeah.
Constants. So
I'll
I want to give
take
you
it.
one.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Hell yeah. I need to fucking make an NPC relationship with one of these fellas.
Alright. Eliza, you address the challenge with notoriety or camaraderie. Both of those, especially history treasury opening. Yes. I'm gonna give. I think this is a 4 XP day for Eliza.
Nice.
Yeah.
Big
True.
happenings in Eliza's life. Rev, you just challenge with stealth or evasion. Yes to both of
You
those.
betcha.
History treasury opening.
I feel like I did both with like alluding to his like background as like a criminal.
That's true.
And I feel like there was actually I can't remember a second situation.
This
With
fe-
that.
I feel like this is a three rev session.
Yeah.
Ruinera.
All right.
You
Technical
just challenge the technical skill.
skill.
Got
Got Orson in there.
treasury opening. There you go. 2 XP for
And-
Ruinera.
Hold on. Let me think.
I just noticed your belief with with Agent 56. That rules. The evil
Yeah, no,
I
it's
should have
good.
become.
It's good.
That's
Nope, I got it. He expressed his history tragedy opening with Labarum, and also I I think that Rev Ruinera scenes like are enough
It's
of
true.
like his
It's
history
true.
with him that I think it should count.
Fucking laser role-playing Ruinera as always. Poor Adea.
It's he's just better. I'm sorry.
Is Ruinera your new main character?
No, I
know,
and next
I know.
session is gonna be a big Adea
I
session.
know,
don't
I
worry.
know it is. That's why I'm not super concerned.
I wasn't concerned either. You even gave me a freebie EXP.
I know. That's everything. Good session,
All right.
everybody. It was a good time.
cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Talk. Good night, YouTube.